What is going on, everybody? Jumbo Thick here. We are back with more Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. This is the Expedition of the Damned. We unfortunately are short a member tonight, so his character will be crippled and unable to play. Be great, guys. But let's do some brief introductions before we get into it. So let's start off with there he is, Pierce Galactic.
What's going on, everybody? It's Pierce Galactic. I play everybody's favorite handgunner, Wolfram Kistler. Like to try and blast horsemen in the back with my mighty hand cannon and slaughter my enemies with my new dagger crab slayer. Thank you, Two Tower. I appreciate that. That was a beautiful name. We're gonna keep it. Right now, I'm feeling greedy. It's everybody's favorite time. The potential to loot. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll see what Jumbo throws our way.
We'll see what's going on. We'll see what's going on.
Oh, vote
yes.
Skaven.
Oh, too late for voting. Voting is closed as soon as this is published. So, if there's more votes for something that by this airs, just know that we filmed it before. So sorry. Let's hop on down to Jumbo Smooth.
Hello, everyone. I am a Jumbo Smooth. I play Luther Steinhauer. He is a young apprentice wizard, the Bright Order. He's not doing too well. His first two forays into adventure have been very poor. And has dislocated arm. He rolled some miscasts. Now, I will say I misplayed. I shouldn't have rolled those miscasts originally. I have since learned more of the rules.
Yes.
And so hopefully it doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
But I miscast the last time, and I forget what happened. I think I gained corruption.
You gained corruption. You swallowed your tongue.
My math,
bigger, stronger,
my
faster.
Turned to ash or something. Yeah, it was terrible. So.
It's bad. It's bad. Let's slide on over to Dan Decker.
Oh yeah, hello. I am Dan Decker, available on the internets at all the places at DANDECKR. Come check it out. I'm playing Nog, a man-eater ogre, currently having broke free of a cage and using my shackled chain as a weapon on my ogre fist while my good arm is broken. And so we're going to pick up and maybe squash some more punies. You never know.
You never know.
Plus, I've got to eat.
We gotta feed the ogre too.
Yeah, gotta
eat. That could be a problem we'll deal with. But last but not least for the night, Nathan.
Hey everyone, Nathan. I'll be playing Lucien Levesque, a human duelist who is currently feeling pretty good after previous combat, having actually contributed this time. Still reeling from some arterial damage around the core area. Foremost concern currently, along with Luther and Nog, is finding civilization where hopefully a local surgeon resides who might be able to help us out with some of our ailments.
Exactly. So, with that out of the way, let's delve in. So last we left off, the party had found themselves at the beginning of their expedition on a ship sailing towards the sandy deserts of Araby. In specific, you were on your way to Sudenburg. You're not sure how far into your journey you were, none of you being seamen of any experience, really. The vessel was caught in a colossal titanic storm. One that not only possibly threw yourselves off course, but in so doing secluded you from the rest of the fleet that you were sailing with, the rest of your expedition. During the course of this storm, almost as a cruel joke, we had Norskin raiders plying their trade in the seas and attempted to assault your vessel during this storm. Unfortunately for both of you, your ship's crew was relatively crippled in the process. All of you barely surviving, but able to fend off and destroy most of the Norskins in the process. At least the ones that boarded your vessel. You're not sure how many others were out there. However, during this, after the repulsion of the raiders, your vessel was, through a series of unfortunate events, shattered to pieces by some colossal creature beneath the waves, shark-like gargantuan. And all of you awoke on the shore, on a beach. Different places, some of you together, some of you alone. One of you in a cage. You managed to survive your individual predicaments, with Lucian, Luther, and Henry taking refuge in the shattered remnants of the Desire, the ship that you were on, with Nog having been captured by slavers in the slave trade and a caravan train being hauled who knows where, and Wolfram washed into a cave-like cove that apparently was a crab mother's den, along with another Norskin that actually gained a bit of repute for himself.
Bjorn. His name was Bjorn.
Apparently, his name was Bjorn. Bjorn Hammerfist or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out. It'll come up later. But as all of these played out, the slavers, these Arabian slavers that you all identified as, ended up picking up on the presence of Luther, Lucian, and Henry, beginning to search for them, possibly searching the wreckage for goods and possibly individuals that they could pick up and add to their coterie. However, all of you, through either feats of strength or guile or possibly quite a bit of luck, managed to survive the encounter with the slavers. All of you choosing violence, as it was pretty much thrust upon you when the Norskin that was traveling with Wolfram charged the individuals, and violence ensued. In addition, the actual slave trade, the caravan, was being assaulted by the remnants of beached Norskins somewhere else out in the nearby lands that had gotten together and were attempting to free their enslaved kin. Nog used that distraction to break free and squished a few puny little humans in the process, and also discovered some things about the wagon train. But as you guys all fought together, alongside this Norskin champion, this one of these more decorated raiders, more heavy, like plate chest armor piece, large axe, a curved metal plate helmet, a bit of furs and stuff sticking out of various places on him. You had earned some respect with this individual, and appeared he was going to take over the raiding party, being the most decorated member of this raiding tribe, if you want to call it that. We are going to backpedal on a couple things right at the very end, because I might have been rushing it a little bit, but nothing too crazy. So, essentially what it is I'm giving you a choice. But we pick up as the breeze drifts off the ocean, mixing with all too warm sun of the arid land you find yourselves in. The smell of blood is caked upon all of you. Some of it your own, most of it others. As you all begin to settle down from the recent skirmish with the Arabian slavers, you take in the sheer carnage of the fight around the caravan, as well as the skirmish on the beach. While the beach skirmish was harrowing, it shows none of the savagery that the raiders had inflicted, as well as possibly someone else, upon the caravan guard. Many of such slavers have been split open. Most of their heads are now missing, have been collected. And of course, a decent amount of raiders also lie dead during the fight. A few bodies appear to have been partially eaten, and you may spy the large jaws of Nog, Throat Ripper, dripping fresh blood down his chin and onto his prestigious, unplated gut. So at this point in time, Henry's not feeling the greatest right now. He's clutching at his broken ribs that he's had this whole time. A little bit winded. But before the Norskins actually leave and move away, Nog had helped them free their enslaved individuals. And they were going to begin collecting things as a raiding party while you guys are just kind of standing there. Before they leave, they collect a lot of stuff, and they also pick up all of their own dead before they leave the Arabians where they lie. Most of them without their heads. They take those with them. However, they start moving towards some of the remaining wagons. In particular, the 2 wagons filled with people. So you had, out of what's left, you had the front wagon that had all of the Norskins in it, which Nog basically broke free. Then behind them, you had a wagon full of they appear to be scattered remnants of people that didn't fare well during the storm. They appear to be mostly Talayan, Bretonian, possibly even some Imperial soldiers, or not soldiers but sailors, and a smattering of other possible Southerners that are trapped in one of these wagons. And then the wagon was full of what appear to be Arabian nomads. They are a little bit darker skinned than the slavers were, and very well clothed and wrapped up, despite the ill treatment that they were given. All of them also shackled in some way. There was also a wagon that had a troll that was being held in place for now, and then a mysterious wagon that we will find out what's in it. But the important part is you see that they are moving towards all of the wagons and seeing if they will move. I should mention that all of them are being pulled by these. They're not camels. They're more like a strange-looking ox. Very big, very girthy. But they have an aspect of camels about them. They look strange and unusual, but like an ox camel. I don't know how to explain it to you. It's weird. It's a thing. Regardless, though, it appears that the covered wagon, one of the wheels is broken, and the Norskins can't get it moving. Apparently, it was busted during the fight. It looks like they plan on taking all of the other wagons. However, the Norskin chieftain approaches the party of you, the champion, possibly the chieftain now, if no one else made it. He approaches all of you and says, "We spill blood together. We give you some spoils. You choose." And he motions towards the 3 wagons. You choose one.
What are the 3 wagon options? Can we tell?
The troll.
I'm gonna pass on the troll.
The wagon full of the Southerners, and the wagon with the nomadic Arabians in it.
You can't take the mystery card?
Mystery card isn't moving, so I'm assuming it's yours. The wheels are broken on it.
Oh, okay.
So they're not bothering to try to move it. It looks like they're leaving. They're in the process of getting their stuff together and leaving. They're leaving you some things.
I'm going to lean into Lucian and Luther and say, if we take the old worlders, we will have to find more food and water and care for them as we care for ourselves. But perhaps the desert folk can help us find civilization. I believe we should help them. I don't mean to be so cold-blooded, but when at war, you must be.
You hear coming from the Southerner's cart. Noblemen, I am but a humble knight of Bretonia. If you would aid
man.
us,
Oh man.
I would aid you in any way I can, upon the lady's mercy.
Does it look like a knight?
He doesn't look like a knight, but he may have been stripped of all his belongings.
Does it look healthy and strong? You know, Bretonian knights are like buff as fuck.
I mean, does Luther know what a Bretonian knight looks like?
He's an educated man. He's a former noble himself.
You can give
He
me
might-
you can give me an insight check and see what you think about this Bretonian man.
All right, let me see. Insight. Is it intuition?
Intuition, yes, yeah, it's intuition.
Okay. Intuition. Yeah. $46 out of. I've got one exhaustion now because we took away one, I believe, right?
You took away one, yes.
So yeah, that will be not enough. It'll be 34 out of 46. So a
The carts
degree and a half.
the carts are pretty full. You're looking at somewhere between you haven't done a head count, but you're looking somewhere between 25 and 30 men in each cart. It's hard to tell what some of them look like, and he's kind of towards the middle of the cart as he calls out. A couple of the other men begin to, the ones that can speak Reichspiel. Please, don't give us to these barbarians. No.
You others, what are your professions?
Most of us are humble sailors, but we will pledge ourselves to you. We will do anything. You can't do this to good men of Sigmarite faith. You cannot leave a brother behind.
God, hate it.
You hear from the nomadic carts. You hear one of them speak up. These men will get you killed in this desert. We can lead you. We can take you places. We will never forget this debt should our paths cross ever again. And we will take you to safety.
Deal.
You can't listen to these barbarians. They'll slit your throat.
You sound like you're from Weisenland. I don't want to hear your voice.
Oh shit.
But the knight kind of
concur with
the knight slaps him on the side. Enough of you, man. Please, by all means, don't do this to us. You know what they'll do to us. They'll sacrifice us to the dark gods.
What's Henry say?
Henry's clutching his sides in pain. He's like, oh. His ribs are acting up.
Luther is going to probably side with Wolfman and Lucian, but grudgingly. He knows it's the right thing to do, but he feels like a bastard, you know. So he's not strong enough to sway any minds. So he's just beaten up and just fine.
Tough choices.
I have not forgotten that we are mercenaries now, and we do have a job and an employer that we're beholden to. So, kind of want to. I'm sorry, late countrymen. Wait, you said there's Tillians in there too?
There's
Chileans.
There's Chileans. There's Bretonians. There appear to be men of the Empire. Most of them appear to be sailors.
No, men from Wise Wisdenland. Nah.
Okay.
Would
Believe it's
not be able to look for his gut plate.
We will be doing that momentarily now.
No worries.
But so are you guys deciding?
I would like to go up to the Arabians.
Yes.
And can I see the one who spoke?
You do. You kind of walk up. He's near the edge.
I'm gonna stick my hand out to him as if I want him to grasp it.
Okay. Which hand do you hold out?
My right hand.
Okay.
I'm hoping they're like modern.
He slowly reaches his right hand out of the bars.
I'm gonna grasp it and I say, I will take your life debt. And you can repay it by giving it back to us and taking us to where we need to go.
Of course. We are bound to our word. Should the jinn flay our souls.
And is there a lock or anything on the?
There is a rather large lock that if
Okay.
you wanted Nog to just rip off, he could.
I'm gonna at that point. I'm gonna. Can I see Nog, or is like
Nog,
Nog?
I'm
Please,
assuming, yeah.
your strength, your might. Please be of assistance, my friend.
Oh,
And
well,
ask him
I'll
to
do
come
what I
over.
can. I'm a little bit, broken arm, but let's give
Oh,
it a
your
shot.
arm. It's wrapped in chains.
Mhm.
Perhaps you can get
What
one of the
what
chains around this lock and
what would you
open
like me
this
to
flimsy
do,
door for you.
I mean,
friend
Nog,
friend DM?
you are prodigiously strong.
Oh, I know.
You
Do
just
you want
you
to check or do I
no
just
no.
smash it?
You
Okay.
grab a hold of the lock
Yeah.
and you just rip it off. It is easy for you.
Off comes the
You just
lock.
it just pops off,
Folks
barely
right
any
off.
effort. The gate swings open. The men begin to funnel outwards. Most of them are still shackled. Um, it's at this
At this
point,
point,
yes, Wolfram.
I also turn to Bjorn, Hammerfist, and Abe Crabslayer and hold it to my brow in a salute,
Okay.
so he
He
understands. Yeah.
he looks at you, just kind of nods his helmed head. They take all of the horses. They leave the camels. They also leave the ox that were connected to the wagon trains that they are not taking, but they're taking the other two wagons. So they take the troll and they take the southerners that are all like, no, please. And as they're
Sorry.
flying away,
I'm sorry, my friend.
you start hearing curses fly at you. Damn you all!
Oh.
Damn you all to the hells! May the Chaos Lords feast on your corpses!
Oh no.
As they are all being dragged away to
Forgive
whatever
us.
fate might befall them.
Say hello to your flea-bitten mother, Hawklander.
I'm
As
sorry.
as a hard decision was made,
Oh.
the nomads begin to kind of move out. They end up getting their shackles off easily to find a key off one of the dead slavers, and they begin to kind of collect things, getting ready for whatever they can do. As far as loot is concerned, for the rest of you, as you begin to case things, let's see what we can find. All right. So first off, you find out that there is a collection of Arabian daggers and, of course, scimitars, which can be yours. Anybody can take one.
I would like to take a scimitar.
Okay.
Can I use that with melee basic?
You can. It counts as a longsword, except it has the slashing property, which means that if you score a critical hit with it, you can cause your opponent to bleed. No matter what the critical injury is, it also adds a bleed effect. So it's just a +4 plus your strength bonus, same thing. So anybody can take a dagger.
I'll take a dagger.
Most of the daggers come in pairs, strangely enough, that are kind of like the guards are kind of built together, as if they kind of both slide out. Most of them worn kind of on their backs. They kind of slide outwards. If you'd like a pair of daggers.
I'll take a brace of daggers.
Okay. Luther, you want something?
A nice meal and a bath. But no, I don't. I can't think. Luther will take if there isn't kind of like hood, like desert clothing.
I was going to ask about that.
There is
desert clothes.
Yeah, there is some clothes on the slavers that you will have to see what you can get. We'll see how that goes. Most of it might be ruined.
I don't know if it's possible. Would there happen to be like a leather jacket or anything like that? Have we seen anything?
We're getting to that now.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
With that, I need somebody to roll me a d4.
No, you can have good roll. Or you want me to roll?
That's usually what I do. So let me roll. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
3.
A 3.
A
Very
3.
So
good.
A
you
3. A 3.
find out of the collection of dead slavers that you have, there are around, even including the ones on the beach, you're looking at somewhere around 25 bodies that are somewhat intact. That you can, well, it'd be a little less than that. But out of all of those, only 3 leather chest pieces are wearable. The rest of them are destroyed in some way. So there are 3 leather chest pieces to distribute if anybody would like one.
Is that a one armor point
That counts as 1 armor point for your
and one
chest.
encumbrance? But if you wear it, it
If you're
subtract one.
while you're wearing it, it counts as 0. Yes.
Okay.
Now, would anybody else like one? So that's 2 of them accounted for. Do you want one, Luther?
No.
Okay.
I think unless Henry, I would get one for Henry unless he.
He
I think Eric
has.
got one.
He has. I believe. Doesn't he have chainmail? And then
Ah,
he's. We'll stash one aside if he wants it.
okay.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I need someone. You need you guys to roll me another D4 actually.
You want to do it, Nathan? You want me to do it, or
You got it.
You got it, Patrick?
all right, sure. 2.
2. So
And I actually read it right for one.
there are only 2 sets of leather bracers that count as armed defense intact. Now, you can split them up and like cover a single arm if you'd like. But for the most part, if you guys want to keep them together, there are 2 sets of leather bracers to distribute.
Do you guys mind if I grab one so I have a little bit of protection, or are you gonna grab that, Luther?
The Luther's not touching armor
Yeah,
unless.
exactly. I know Lucy, and I assume you're grabbing it. Yeah,
Lucy,
you
I'll
may like.
I'll take
Okay.
one.
Now, I should also add that these are Arabian styled, and
Oh,
and
that's beautiful.
you've noticed this as you are even the Arabian nomads that are coming out. Despite their dishevelment, their clothes are very fine, even for nomadic people. This would be like nice clothes for an imperial. They're full of filigree and design, even despite some of the more simple color tones. The leather is very well worked, and it has intricate kind of embossing that has been done to it. I mean, it is very good craftsmanship. And there's lots of like kind of like jeweled designs and a couple of the bracers and whatnot. The leather chest pieces actually come. They're a bit smaller and more form fitting than what you would wear in the Empire. And they have like big like shoulder pauldrons is kind of where most of the defense is. That's where most of the defense is actually going to be coming across. Less so the chest and more the shoulders, but it counts as chest protection. You're not exactly sure why, but for some reason, the people that live here, this is the kind of armor they wear. Might have something to do with the environment they're about to inhabit. In addition to that, I believe there's a couple shields laying around from the Norskins that they didn't collect. If you guys want them, I figured Henry might want a couple extra just in case. Maybe stow them away. You don't know how often he's going to go run through shields as they break and whatnot. So he'll probably collect a couple of those. And then there are 3 more things that, more than 3. There's 2 more weapon items that are up for grabs. One of them is a sling with a satchel full of 10 bullets. If anybody can use a sling.
Do you have to have a special weapon skill for a sling? It sounds like it's
you
kind of
have to
specialized.
have skill with a sling to be able to use a sling. It's not a normal item that you can just pick up and learn. Does anybody want to take it?
I'll take it if it's not.
All of these things are like regular
If
sized.
it's
I don't
not
know. It sounds like a Luther
over
thing
encumbering
too.
me.
Nothing's gonna Nog. None of this is for you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Nog. None of this would
Nog
work
could
for
take like a side of a wagon and just make a
you.
big like jagged spear because he's so badass.
He has his giant. He'll have his giant weapon here shortly. But so you want to take the sling, Lucian?
I'll take it. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Are
in case
you?
it's
Do
useful
you
later
have?
on.
Do you have any skill with the sling?
I don't.
Okay.
Is that something that, depending on where we go and who we meet, that might
So
be
basically,
attained
yeah, that'd be
future?
one of those things. And basically, if you were to, if you wanted to invest time, the way these work is when you guys get to a nice hospitable place, we take like an extended rest. We do endeavors. Everybody gets two, and you could take an endeavor to learn how to use a sling if you'd like, but it's something that's going to take time. So Lucian,
Might as
you
well.
take the sling and the 10 bullets. While if you put them in your pack, they have no weight. Otherwise, the sling counts as one encumbrance. But if it's in like a backpack or something, it's a zero.
I'll stow it.
Try to keep track of all the stuff you have. The next thing is the kind of like boss slaver that you guys slew on the beach. He had a very nice, large scimitar. This counts as a greatsword, except instead of having the hack property, it has a /2 property. That means that if you crit with it, it bestows 2 bleeding conditions.
Wow.
But it has all the normal properties of a greatsword, which means it's a +5, and it has damaging. So when you hit, you take the second number on the die, and it does that in damage. Should anybody want to take it?
Like that'd be
I think
Henry or not.
Henry has mentioned to me that he is interested in two-handed at some point,
Okay.
perhaps.
So
I don't know if he's still on that path, but he has mentioned it.
because I don't have his character sheet and whatnot, we'll say that he keeps it with the shields, like he's not carrying it himself. It'll have to be carried on something else. But we'll save it for him then. We'll save that large sword for him.
Luther is surprisingly strong when it comes to being a beast of burden, specifically.
That's true.
Not so much like physical strength, but just carrying things for others.
Carrying like coal.
Yeah, like coal, exactly.
Yeah.
If need be, he can probably carry it. So.
In addition to that, this is where we start collecting the actual loot. So I need you guys to roll me 3d10.
Each of us?
Each or
No,
one
no, just
person?
one
Oh,
person.
just one person. Okay.
Who hasn't rolled yet?
Nathan, go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah,
I'll
big
get
money,
it.
no whammies.
Quick question, DM.
Yes.
From our original equipment that we were given at the beginning of the game, did we lose any of that stuff?
The only,
Like, say, for instance,
the only things that you don't have now.
Holy
Oh my
crap.
god, look at that, 28.
That's not
That's
bad.
like a good amount.
That's gonna be good for you.
Okay, cool.
The only thing you guys are missing, like for Wolfram, it was specific. I was specific with his black powder, how much he has left. All of you are missing your food stuff. It's gone. If you had a water skin, it's gone.
All right.
However, most of your mundane equipment is there.
question.
Yes.
I have riding equipment specifically.
You would
Is
still
that
have that.
intact?
You would still have that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got 3 pieces of parchment.
They're fine. They're gonna need to be dried out, but they're fine.
Okay.
Got a moleskin bag survive that
Moleskin bag.
wreckage?
Exactly. So 28. Damn, dude. So with the aid of the Arabians that are with you, you were able to collect out of several necklaces, rings, and ornamental decorations from the dead 28 silver worth of jewelry. At least that's what you believe it is worth. I don't think any of you have the appraisal talent.
Wait. No, I have evaluate.
You have
I
evaluate.
think that,
Do
yeah, I
you
think that's actually appraisal.
do you have it
What?
for? Well, it's specific for different things.
I
Um,
will tell you what it's for in just a second.
okay.
I'm here.
Yeah. So if you have trade proficiency with like jewelry or coinage, I will give you a more definitive amount, but I don't think most of you do or even are capable of. Um, or I will take evaluate, which can be specific to certain things.
I think my evaluate is just kind of generic
It might.
soldier.
I think that well
Evaluates a skill.
yeah, that's a
Yeah, no, I
skill.
have this. It's an advanced skill. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that one is gonna, especially if it's the one provided by soldiers. I think that's supposed to be more towards like evaluating like weapon quality, and for you specifically, that'd be like, hey, I'm looking at this gun. I know what this gun's supposed.
Yeah, I
This
think
is a good
that makes
gun. This
sense.
is not
Okay,
a
that makes sense.
that kind of thing. Regardless, though, you think you have about 28 silver, which is quite a bit worth of this kind of golds and jewels. There also is an interesting amulet that the boss had in his possession, inlaid with gold, and it has a depiction of some humanoid creature made of fire with rubies for eyes. And I need someone to roll me a d10.
Question before.
Yes,
If I am looking at it, I have second sight.
you do.
So in second sight allows me to observe the winds of magic.
It does.
It will also let me observe if magic is drawn to certain items.
Okay.
So I might not be able to tell
What exactly it is?
I can tell. I won't be able to like identify it, quote unquote, but I would be able to say like, "Oh, that's dar flowing into that energy or the amulet," or, shaman or whatever the wind is. So, yeah. Do I see any wind drawn to it?
You do not see any wind drawn to it. I mean,
Okay.
I'm gonna cover something with you in a moment about your second sight, but
Okay.
it appears to be a mundane item as far as it's not magical, but obviously it's not just normal. So I need somebody to roll me a d10.
I'll roll it, I guess, since I haven't
Roll it.
rolled one yet. Oops, that's D8. There we go. 6.
So, judging by your standards, this is worth 6 gold pieces.
Shit. All right.
Um,
Quite valuable, I think.
Extremely valuable. You also collect out of the slavers some of their pockets and then a bit of a stash on one of the wagons. You collect 3 gold pieces. It looks like 11 silver pieces and 29 brass pieces. I don't know where you guys are going to store everything.
You said 29 brass?
29 brass, yes.
Thank you.
I don't know how you guys are going to keep track of all your stuff, but somebody's going to have to do it.
I've got it all written down in my notes.
Okay.
I don't know who wants to carry it, but I would nominate someone strong.
I'm going to nominate Luther.
Well,
yeah.
Luther? Oh.
You already told us how strong you are carrying stuff.
Well,
yeah.
I'm the strongest carrying stuff.
I should mention, I mean, it would be heavy, but you also need to keep in mind that you guys now have. It looks like you have. There are 11 camels that did not flee. None of you are probably familiar with them. The Arabians are familiar with them enough to get them moving and whatnot. You could all tell that they're some kind of beasts of burden, and like you saw them riding them, obviously.
How many days will one camel last, Nog?
Nog? Let me.
I'm just thinking because we're traveling across the desert. I need to make sure that he has food.
You
also
got tons of
25
you also have
bodies.
corpses.
25
Yeah,
bodies.
you also have
Yeah.
lots of corpses.
Okay.
But I have a
I'm
sheet
looking out for you,
that
Nog.
I have a sheet that has the encumbrance of what Nog has to eat every day. I
Of
believe
course you do.
Nog, you have to eat 18. What is your encumbrance? It was 18, if I remember correctly.
Let's see, where's my encumbrance? I can't see it right now. Where is that?
I might not have put that on there for you.
Oh, okay. How do I determine that?
So what's your strength
My
bonus?
strength is currently 54.
Okay, so 5. And then
Yeah.
what's your toughness bonus?
Toughness first.
45, 4.
That's 9. Yeah, it was 18. 18
Okay.
is your encumbrance score.
Gotcha.
So that's how much you can carry, Nog, which is
Pretty much.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
But that also means that's how much you have to eat a day
Okay.
to fill full. Now,
Right.
good news, Nog. I'm looking it up, and a human human-sized corpse, is worth 10 encumbrance.
Ooh, so I could eat two.
Eat 2 people today to be full.
Good. Are there some of the worser of our felon enemies?
Before we get into too much of the eating of Nog just eating people, I know it's gonna be a thing. I'm sure Nog's already dragged over a couple corpses.
I'm picturing our Arabian allies disappearing in the middle of the night, one by one, and Nog always like, no breakfast for me.
They're about
I'm
to
fine.
see some stuff.
So keep in mind that's how much it costs to feed the Nog every day. He has to eat 2 people worth of food.
So if he gorges 3 people a day.
If you double, you have to double the amount of food he eats a day. One day. So if he eats 4 people today, he won't have to eat people tomorrow.
It's a good thing to see how many people there
now,
are.
He might be extra hungry the day afterwards, but he'll make it 2 days.
Got a carb load,
Yeah. So
gotta do it.
It's a thing.
Bring those extra camels.
A large creature is worth 20, so he could just eat a camel and he would be good.
Okay. I should eat a person and a camel.
Yeah. I mean,
just eat the body.
It's a well-rounded meal.
We could use the camels,
You get human, camel.
So
food groups.
Before you decide who's eating who,
right? You never know.
The man that was speaking to all of you, he's the one that can speak the best Reichspiel. He addresses all of you. I am known as Hazim.
Hazim?
Yes, Hazim. I am the I will not say leader, but I am the best man for now. We are nomads of the Bakra, or desert wind in your tongue. We will aid you should you wish to travel to safety. Is there a place you have in mind? Lucien, if you're talking, I can't hear you.
Where are we going again?
Sudenberg. That's our goal. Is Sudenberg.
Gutenberg.
Yep.
I am not familiar with this place.
Hazim, do you perhaps know where we are?
We are, how do you say in your tongue? This would be, let me try to pull up his Arabian.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
What he would call it. All right.
Looking up on the map myself.
Well, my map is not working now. That is very frustrating. Hold, please. There it goes. All right. So, we are in the coast. We are near the Bay of Corsairs. I assume this is the end, the fate you had met before, as many of your unlucky compatriots from the southern realms have just fared. So if you're looking at the Bay of Corsairs, you are somewhere You not know the specifics. None of you have a map, I might add.
Yeah.
And how far is that from Gutenberg?
I do not know this name. I have no
Hmm.
idea where you speak. You are
I see.
along,
I see.
you are on the other side of the mountains here from the Great Desert. We are south of Kofar, north of Lashik. Lashik is close. 3-day travel. Kofar, 2 week.
Well, Soonberg, does Luther or anyone know at least like the general area of Soonberg? Like, would we know that? Like, or is it
So,
just like
if you were
we're
briefed,
going to Soonberg and we're like,
it
we don't
was
know
like
where
you're
that
going on
is?
Sudberg. You were briefed that it was along the southern edge of the desert, and the places that he is describing, especially with, I believe, Luther and Lucian, you both have the talent to let you know where north is.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Orientation.
tell now by what he's saying that you are on the northern coast, and you guys need to be on the southern coast. So you either need to, well, first off, as a group, um, I'm assuming your goal is going to be to get to civilization.
Yes.
I'm assuming your secondary
Short-term
goal
goal.
is probably going to be to try to find the rest of the expedition.
Do we know? Sorry, all these questions. Do we know if our initial destination was just Sudenburg, or were we stopping anywhere along the way?
So, Sudenburg would have been your final destination. You were going to
Hmm.
have to come to a few ports to kind
Okay.
of resupply. You were originally going to go to Kofur was the original plan.
Hmm.
However, due to the storm, perhaps
Who knows?
Lashik is you don't know. You would have to pick one or the other.
Do we know which city is closer? The
Lashik,
Haziz. Which
Lashik,
city is closest to us? Hashik?
Lashik is 3-day travel. Kofur 2 week. Very
Ah,
dangerous.
Hashik. Let's please take us
Many
there.
many
My
green
new
thing.
friend.
They push us out of desert.
Uh, Gentlemen, orcs, I bet. Filthy greenskins. I think we
Oh,
should go to
They,
the Sheik. I think that would be our best thought. Perhaps we could get information there. There must be traders from the old world who have seen something and know something.
it would be my suggestion as well. Hopefully, they will stop along the way, not past the Sheik, if everything has gone all right for the mercenary company. Um, the Sheik, I think, is the proper
Seems like
location that we
it's a
should.
prudent choice.
Yeah.
okay.
Um, um, uh, Hasim, you said it was 2 days travel, 2 weeks,
3-day to Lashik,
3 days.
2 week to Kofar.
The
Um,
Sheik.
are the people nice in the Sheik, Hasim?
They are thieves. It is the center of slave trade in the whole world.
Oh, oh,
This
okay,
is where caravan going. We were to be sold
okay.
in Lashik.
Um, if we
But
go to the,
now we kill slavers. We could bring corpses. We sell anything in Lashik.
so the corpses.
We
Oh,
sell anything to anyone. Many ways to make money.
I'm not an Altorf anymore.
You're not.
Yes.
We could replenish our supplies at least there. We can fill
Hasim,
up the
your
wagon
honest,
with the
your
corpses
honest
and
opinion. Yes. Hasim, your honest opinion. Do you think the five of us would um, do well in the Sheik? Um,
It is a place of great trade. The many southerners there, many northerners.
okay.
It is a place of culture, I believe you say.
Mm. Hasim, that wagon over there. What's in there?
Not sure. It appears that and he like says a couple words in like Arabian. They do not know what is. You investigate.
Oh.
Henry, go over there and see if it's a demigryph.
Henry's clutching his side. He's kind of leaned against one of the wagons, just like, oh. Nog, you do find your sword and your gut plate.
Nice. Nice.
Excellent news.
They are recovered.
That's fantastic.
Did we find any water skins or anything like that on any
There
bodies?
are water skins on the dead, and the nomads have begun to take a inventory of supplies. They're very efficient. They're very good scavengers. That you got, if any of you have seen scavengers at work, they're very good at what they're doing right now, stripping what they can off the dead that
Like
you have not
Fremen.
laid claim to. And they are currently tallying up the food. And Hazim comes back. I have good news and bad news. Good news, we have water for 3 days. Bad news, we have food if we not feed big man for 1 day.
I've never been around an ogre before. What do you eat, Knock?
Pretty much, I eat everything.
He says that as he has probably like someone's arm that he's kind of like,
Yeah. You know,
like a piece of
well,
celery.
yeah, honestly,
Oh.
let's see. If I eat one of those one of those animals over there, a couple of these folks laying around here, just whatever.
Give me a second. I kind of
doesn't
hobble
even-
across the.
It doesn't even
Same
have to be
dude.
cooked, it's fine.
Nog, perhaps you can gorge yourself on those Norse corpses today, and then just nibble on the corpses we take to south of the city.
Now, Nog,
Yeah.
I do need to say this. Food will go further if you cook it.
Yeah.
You can eat it raw. You can. Now,
If we're
you are-
making camp, I'll cook it.
Now, I will say also, Nog, you are not immune to getting sick.
Right. But
Even
I'll
if
eat
you-
anything. It just
You can
might
eat
make me
anything.
sick.
It doesn't mean that you won't get. Now, there's a high chance you won't because of the way you're built.
Yeah. Right,
But it doesn't mean it won't happen. So it is in your best interest to cook your food when you can, or if it's possible.
I really hope there's a big cooking part then for Nog in that wagon now. I guess, have any of us decided? I'm going to go over and try and see if we can get a better look at the wagon, maybe get an idea of what's underneath it before.
Are you just going by yourself, Wolfram?
Am I going by myself, gentlemen?
Sounds like you are. Wolfram's
Luther is busy throwing up behind the sand dune at the same time.
I'll tag along.
Lucian,
All right, perfect.
the rapier. You guys have kind of armored yourself at this point. That just came off. I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay. So as the two of you approach the wagon, give me perception tests, both of you.
All right. Not bad. Let's see here.
That's a critical success.
Oh!
Critical
That's,
success for Lucian. How many success levels for Wolfram?
3 levels of success for me.
Okay. So between the two of you, as you are approaching, you both notice, first off, the wagon is eerily silent, and it's covered quite well. However, you start to hear something as you begin to hear closer. You hear ragged breathing. It sounds like it's coming from the Wolfram. You can tell it's coming from the wagon. Lucian, It sounds like it's coming from underneath the wagon.
And there's down to take a look.
You kind of just bend down, Lucian, to look
Yeah.
underneath. Now, are you like right next to the wagon at this point?
A few feet away.
Okay. So you look down, and as you look down, you lock eyes with a Arabian, a slaver. He's like, and he goes, and as he tries to pull himself out from underneath, you witness as two other slavers that seem to be in good health bolt, running as fast as they can out towards the desert. The one of them, the one that sees you, is like wounded, and he has a hard time pulling himself out. And he begins to kind of like try to hobble away.
I'm gonna let him go.
Are you gonna do anything, Wolfram?
I'm gonna shout out to the Arabians that are with us.
Yes.
I don't know if they're, but I'm sure they just hear them shout and say, like, "Look over there! There's two getting away," and point.
They
want to.
They begin to yell to
justice.
You see, Hazim begins to like give orders. You watch as two men mount up on camels.
Oh yeah.
And begin running them down at a quick pace. As you guys are watching, the hobbled one, the first raider, comes up and cracks him over the top of the head with the blunt end of his like scavenge scimitar. Smack! And the guy just goes down hard. The other two, they're running. They look back and they both split off, going in different directions. It looks like Hazim is on one of these, and he is going to try to cut down one of them. He misses the first swipe, just right over the top of his head as and he keeps running, and he begins to try to chase down one of them. This lasts for like another minute or so, and Hazim is eventually able to cut down. He doesn't take him alive. He kills one of them, but the other one flees. And he turns his camel around, dragging the body back of the dead man. His other nomad also dragging the unconscious body of the remaining slaver back to this makeshift camp that you guys have right now. But one of the slavers escaped. As Hazim comes back, he says, You should not live long out there. It is dangerous to be on your own. He may know the land some, but without his compatriots, he will not fare well.
I'll take your word for it.
Of course, that sounds.
We have captive for you. As he nods to one of his nomads, who just kind of like drops this battered slaver at your guys' feet. He's unconscious, but it's there. What would you guys like to do?
We're just walking over at this point, just so you know.
You guys are going to look in the wagon at this point?
Yeah.
Okay. Leaving
Is
the
it tied down, like lashed down? I'm gonna.
It is. It's lashed. It's
would...
like there's several ropes kind of lashing these, almost like the covered part of it, like down tight, cinched tight to where you can't see inside of it. Are you going to like cut one of the ropes, or are you going to cut the canvas?
I'm going to try and pull a Lucian and on the ship who's cutting the ropes on the edge.
Okay. Wolfram,
yeah,
you take out.
I'm hoping then we can like maybe lift the canvas up.
Yeah. Wolfram takes out Crab Killer, his trusty dagger, and begins to saw one of the ropes. There's no test involved. You guys aren't in combat. This isn't like super serious. You saw it free. A portion of the canvas can be removed to look into now. You can kind of like lift it up, if you so choose.
I would like to put Crab Killer up, and I'll take out Sand Snake, my new scimitar, and lift it up. I'm still really close.
Okay.
I know. But,
how appropriate, Wolfram, as you lift it up, you freeze in place immediately. You're like, shit. And just on the other side of the bars, there's a tongue flicking out, and there are two large eyes of a colossal albino snake. It is
will make some
big.
money selling that.
It's really big.
It's broken.
This would be like a 20-foot, 30-foot snake. That's kind of like curled up in this wagon. And it's just kind of like looking at you. Its tongue flicking out. Kind of like following your gaze as you look at it.
I'm going to drop the canvas back. Lucian, did you see? Did Lucian see it too? And to quote like Indiana Jones, it'll be like, snake, the big snake. I also have an idea as I look at our captive that perhaps we might need to keep him around in case we need to feed the snake live food. So I'm a murder hobo, guys. Come on.
The wheels on this wagon are broken, correct?
One of the wheels is broken. It would need to be replaced.
Mm-hmm.
Or fixed, if anybody knows how to repair things. Nope.
No. Not me.
So your options at this point are, are you going to try to take the snake with you?
I don't know. Is there another wheel, like a spare wheel that we could?
You don't see one. Now you do have.
What about the wagon that the Arabians were in?
You do. You have that. You have those. It's the same style. You could
It's
take a wheel.
wagon.
You could take. Yeah. I mean, you got to think about that too. Now I should also mention, you know what? Actually,
camels.
Technically, the Norskins didn't take the Raiders wagon that the Raiders were kept in, so it's just there laying there by itself. So technically, there are 2 empty wagons right now.
And they took all the oxen though.
They took they took the ox for the Raider wagon. So you have ox for the snake wagon, but can't do anything, and you have ox for the what you call it, the
corpse.
What will be the corpse wagon? Yes.
I have an idea. What if we were to bring that empty wagon over there with the cage on it, and we move it up against the door of this wagon? We open the door on that one and try and lure the beast from one wagon to another. Then we could transport it. Tell her, Hazim. I mean, he said that this is a city of sales. Think of the value. We could possibly buy ship's passage.
Hazim, is this thing worth a lot of money?
It is. What is this you speak of? What is in that wagon?
A white snake, giant white snake.
I'll lift up the tarp so we can see it.
He sees it. He goes. He is by the jinn. It is a serpent of the sand, from the great jungle to the south. How did they come across such a thing? This is highly valued by the Sultan. Many of the Sultan in the area wish to collect these for their how do you say zoo, beast cages,
menagerie.
There, that word. Yes.
Perhaps I could donate my white snake to his harem.
They do not. Now, many individuals can be in harem. If you wish to join harem, they let you. They let men, women, but no beast. That is no allowed in area. No longer. Not since the reign of the Dark Sultan.
I see.
You can see there's some language barrier. He doesn't quite understand humor. Yeah.
Would it be easier to seem to replace this wheel, or would it be easier to transport the snake into this cage? Your professional opinion, Hazim. I feel quite out of sorts here.
He whistles over and says a couple things in his language. He says, "Can we borrow Big Man?"
Oh, I don't. Is that something you would like to do?
Oh, yeah.
You tell Big Man hold wagon up. We replace wheel.
Oh yeah, sure. Just okay, and I'll just
Oh, that sounds so much safer than my
But
idea.
while I'm gnawing on something in one hand,
Yeah, well, your other hand's useless now. It gets broken.
I can
You
eat
you,
with
you have
something
one
in
hand.
one hand. Yeah. Listen.
You stick it in your mouth, Nog, and it's
Okay.
like a
Like I
toothpick.
said, I'm still gnawing on it.
You
It
reach
didn't say
down with
how.
your one good hand, and
My one good hand.
Nog lifts the wagon. Go ahead and
Like
give me a
baby,
strength check, Nog, just to see how long you can
like
hold it
baby
up.
Superman. Is that two D10? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a D100. Yeah,
Yeah.
D100, yeah.
has to be underneath your strength.
31 significantly by
2. Okay.
successes. Yeah.
All right. So 2 degrees of success. Nog
31
grabs
against the
hold,
54.
even one-handed. He goes and just kind of lifts it. It's heavy, Nog, mostly because there's a massive creature inside of it, but
Tired.
it still has 3 wheels.
When I'm
So
tired.
you're able to just kind of like balance it out. And
Been beat up.
it looks like it takes him about an hour to take a wheel off one of the other wagons and then salvage it onto this one. But
That's
about an
terrible.
hour passes, and Nog's like a champ, holding it the whole time, no problem.
A beast.
Perhaps as they take off the wheel, we salvage maybe another one or two and carry with us on our journey, Oregon Trail style.
Luther is highly intelligent for this exact reason. He mentions this and it seems like, oh yeah, yes, you have you done many expedition? You go out, you travel much?
No, I'm afraid this is my first journey.
Oh, you would make
Past.
a great dog of the sands.
I think that's a compliment. Thank you.
It is good thing. It is good thing.
Okay. Yes.
But yes,
I feel very ill. Hasim, you don't happen to have a surgeon with you? Medicine. Look at my arm.
Medicine. He calls out. He says,
A healer, Hasim.
As he says that, he points towards Nog and says, he eat only man that do healing.
Oh no.
Oh, he was dead though. Let's remember
dead.
that he was already dead.
Yes.
Well, he eat only man, and he have healing pouch on him. It in that man's stomach now.
Sorry about that.
Very well. Hasim, do we travel at night or during the day? How will this work, Hasim?
You are quite knowledgeable. What is it I call all of you? I call you master?
No, I am Luther. Luther Steinhauer. As I say Steinhauer, he perks up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I
am just. I'm sorry.
I do not have last name, or whatever name this is.
Enchanted, Azim. I am Lucien Levesque.
Oh yes. Of the noble blood, the armored men. They ravaged my country many years ago. Great.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope there's no bad blood.
It is okay. It long time pass. He looks towards you, Wolfram.
And I am a Wolfram of the Thunder and the Black Cloud.
You have you good with Bane weapon?
Oh yes.
Some tribe use big one.
Much pride.
Much bigger than yours. They use hunt many.
I don't know if it's bigger than mine, but
it is much bigger than yours. At least
it's how you shoot with it. It's not the size.
I am not saying you're not good. I just tell you they use big one. They put it on camel back. Hold it.
I must see one of these.
Maybe
Hasim, you must show me one of these if we get the chance, please, my friend.
If you wish to travel desert with me, I take you to see.
I think right now we want to go to the city, but
this is fair. It's fair. And this big man, he big man?
He is an ogre.
That name?
Nog. My name's Nog. Throat whipper, but don't be scared.
Nog.
Nog.
No, Nog.
Very
No,
good. Yeah, you
no,
got it.
you know, eat men dressed like me. And he kind of
Oh,
points.
well,
We know food. That
well,
food.
all right.
I
For
he
now,
as he says that he says we understand big man need eat, big man not man, but we
as long as there's a
normally
steady diet of something to eat, lad, don't worry about it.
normally fallen men in our country are buried preserved. We wrap them, we keep them fresh, and we bathe them in salts and special herbs, and they bury like such
So
in
what
tombs.
Sound
you're
delicious.
saying is I've already eaten a few of your kin
Well,
folk. Yeah.
it's okay. These
Well,
men try to sell me for slave. They deserve the 1,000
uh,
death.
all right then. Well, I tell you what, they'll be suffering another death through a couple of days from now.
Oh
That's right.
no.
They'll leave on the steaming pile.
I believe he's talking about excrement, Henry.
That's right. That's right.
Very strange. It's it now late afternoon. You, if we probably need eat. We not be fed very well. We eat and then we wake up early before sun get up and travel as long as possible. Then we stop.
Sounds good, Hasim. Um,
Let's eat.
very well.
Okay. They procure a wealth of what the slavers had found. Now, important point of note. You guys might get lucky. There's a 10% chance you might get
Oh,
lucky. Like really lucky. So, I need somebody to roll me a D100.
oh God, pressure.
Do it.
Who's gonna do it?
You got it.
Dan, you gonna do it? Me? Dan? I'll do it, I guess. Roll on D100.
Luther.
Is that good or bad?
That's good. It's real good. So Luther, as he moves to some of the supplies that they've offloaded, and as he goes to open some of them, they have like dried breads and things like that for rations that the slavers were keeping. He also says, "What is this?" And he kind of like kicks a large barrel. And one of the nomads kind of walks over and kind of like smells it, and he says something to him. He calls over, Masters, Luther, this
Yes.
you may like.
Oh,
You kind of walk over Luther, and he removes the stopper on top of it, and it smells like fine Bretonian wine. A whole cask,
Shit.
an entire cask of Bretonian wine.
my father may have it once.
This is
Drink
like
it. Oh,
the cream of the crop of wine. It's the best you can
Oh, Paravonian.
get. It's really good. As you smell it, it smells rich, and he says, "This worth much, much, indeed. But it also good for drinking. Make you feel good.
yes.
Make you relieve stress. Make you relieve stress of body.
Mm.
Should we partake?"
Let me ask my compatriots. We'll put it to a vote. All in favor of having a rowdy night this evening, enjoying some fine Bretonian wine. I don't know if the rest of you peasants have ever had any Bretonian wine before, but it is exquisite.
Perhaps we should forego the celebrations until we reach the city.
Okay, that's nay for Lucian. Wolfram.
I've never had such bourgeois drink. I prefer an ale, a mead, or a beer myself, but
Yes, a peasant's drink.
it's a,
Oh,
don't know
Luther, no
I
one's
don't know how
gonna
to
drink
take
with you,
that.
brother. I'll
Don't,
drink with you.
No,
but
no,
I
wait,
do,
wait
I
one
do.
moment.
It has been an eventful few days, and it would be nice to partake in some libations and relax a bit.
So we've got a yay, a nay. Henry,
Henry,
The lad is too young to drink.
Henry, he's been clutching his side. And at this point, you kind of call towards him, and he's unconscious, laying there. Just
oh, I'll take that as a nay. Two nays, one yay. Nog, your vote, I would say it's probably a yay. Is that correct?
Oh,
Or
yay, lad, yay.
Nog
We're
is
tied.
salivating, thinking about drinking it. Nog is probably resisting the urge to grab the barrel and down it himself.
Guzzle himself? Yeah, I know.
Just be like,
Hasim,
You lads get your fill, and I'll take the rest.
Hasim, um, how much is a barrel of this? How much would this be worth? Do you know?
it's in the sheet in market. Oh,
Yes. Market.
yeah. How do you say 20 gold?
Ooh, it's a hefty sum. I will vote.
We have saying in tribe.
Yes.
We have saying it go in desert wind. It's a always embrace the day, for you shall not know if you embrace tomorrow.
Wise words. Hasim, wise words.
The jinn could flay your soul tomorrow.
Ooh, that's true.
You know, we got
Hey.
something similar that Azim. It's like eat all you can, for tomorrow you may starve.
It is good. It is good point, big
Or
man.
have to eat a friend, you know.
I'm going to be very blunt. Soldiers like wine.
Very well. Let's drink.
Drink. Lucian's just like, but I'm sure Lucian's like, pour me a cup. You know, come on.
Might as well.
Might as well. Might as well. Now, I will say, Lucian, I don't know if you've had Bretonian wine, but you've probably had decent wine, right? Yeah, I'm sure. Being from
Yeah.
from your house, from his
Lucian,
household. Yeah.
I must say, Lucian, you have a peculiar accent for a man of the Empire. Are you perhaps Bretonian? Perhaps some
The
border.
best type of men of the empire.
My family is from the south of Bretonia.
Oh, interesting. Where do you hail?
Oh, it is a small village. You probably would not have heard of it.
Oh, very well, very well. Interesting company we keep. As he raises the glass and starts handing out
Yep.
wine.
There are these kind of like metallic kind of like goblets that the slavers had that you guys all kind of take turns drinking out of because there's not enough to go around. The nomads, of course, also are drinking. Doesn't appear to be against their religion like it used to be in old Warhammer War. But we're not going with that. So yes, everybody has a nice drink in the afternoon. At some point, Hazim does recommend that you guys kind of like move locations for the night. You travel not too far, just far enough away that if, I don't know, someone were to come back looking for you, they might not be able to find you immediately. He has guards posted, and because you indulged yourself, you guys are stripped of all fatigued conditions. They're all gone.
Yeah.
As your very fiber has been reinvigorated. And rest can be had. Now, there are a few of the Desert Wind on patrol at all times. Do any of you want to take watches yourselves?
May I? Is it possible before we bed down if I could ask Lucian if he could take a look at my neck injury to see if I can get a little healing? Got a big old crab gash there.
It
I
is.
don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would there be any way to take a chance to set my arm, or am I going to have to wait since I ate the healer?
There are no.
Oh man.
There are
Splints or
literally no surgeons. You would need, so for your big injuries, your broken
Yeah.
injuries,
Gotcha.
you need someone with like surgical skill to look at them.
No worries.
So we definitely got to get to the city. As just metagaming, we got to get to the city. Get you guys fixed. Okay.
Yeah, me and Nog for sure. Yeah, I'll give a little healing test for Wolfram.
Please don't critical fail.
Please do.
Yeah,
I know. I kind of want him to too, just see what disaster happens.
it's not good.
Oh. Ooh.
You can always re-roll.
Crit
You do have fortune
No,
points.
don't waste it.
What about me? I got struck in the face.
He did.
It hurts.
Perhaps I'll have more success.
Yeah, you're kind of like looking over Wolfram. You try to patch him up a little bit, but nothing seems to be working. You're not a real doctor, Lucian, but you've been kind
No.
of forced into this role.
Some combat medic of sorts.
So
I'll
you
give Luther a try. If it's all
Give
right.
Luther a 1 silver.
Oh yeah!
Oh.
Look at that. Nice.
How many degrees of success is that, Lucian?
That is, I think, 3 degrees.
Okay. So you get 3 plus your intelligence modifier, Lucian. That's how much Luther will receive in healing.
Let's see. Intelligence.
It's the INT.
So that's 6 wounds.
Okay, 6 wounds, Luther. Recovered. That's a lot.
Oh, it is a lot. Oh, my face.
You feel a little better,
Perhaps-
Luther.
Perhaps you could look at our friend Nog. Look at him. He's a walking bruise.
Now, Nog, have you been looked at already since the last battle? No,
No.
Nog hasn't
I
looked
don't
at
think
all.
so. I don't think
So
anyone's
you can
taken a
you
at
can
me
look
for
at Nog if you'd like, Lucian.
I do not think I can fix that horrifying arm, but I can try some of his surface wounds.
That would be much
Keep losing my
appreciated.
dice.
Hmm.
Do I get momentum on on healing checks?
No, oh, unfortunately, I'm sorry, man.
Hey, that's 1 level of success.
One
Oh wait,
level
that's 2
success.
levels of success.
2 level success. Good, good. All right. So, I forgot. Luther, you actually get 2 more points of healing because since you guys are in a relaxed camp setting, you get a plus 20 to this roll.
Oh,
So that's 4 levels.
Does that mean
of
I can
success.
cook some of my food?
Well, yeah, we'll do that in just a second. So, Lucian, that means you get Nog. You're going to receive 7. So you recover 7 wounds, Nog.
Was that brought it to a success for me?
No, wait, that was 1 level. It's 6.
6.
wounds.
So six wounds, Nog, instead of 7.
And then I think I'll try and reapply my chest binding
Okay.
with my new leather armor.
With 2 levels, that would have made. So would Wolfram's have been a success with the plus 20?
No,
It still would have been a failure. Okay.
no.
All right. Well, Lucy, are you going to try to
Yeah, I'm gonna
reapply?
try
Okay.
Hey,
Nice. Is that a? That's not a crit for you, is it?
No.
no, it would be if it was
Okay.
my rapier, but
Okay.
Stab
That'll
himself.
be
Yeah.
another artery.
He got a 30, friends.
Yeah.
It was a great roll. Yeah.
It is. It
So
is.
it'll be 6 points for me too.
So 6 points. So Lucian, Luther, Wolfram, Nog. Henry's over there unconscious, but we'll see how he fares as the days go on. Nog, you feeling a little better, even though you have a broken arm.
Yeah.
Nog, you're going to have to cobble something together, or you're going to have to tell me how you're going to cook these corpses you're about to eat.
Oh, well, spit roast them.
I mean, that's easy. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah,
I'm going to assume
probably away from the camp just a little. To be friendly to my friends, you know.
Okay, you kind of
No
go
one
over
wants
there.
to smell the burning flesh.
They're
I
stripped.
mean, that barbecue doesn't actually just smell like cooked meat.
They are
Yeah, I
stripped.
don't know.
That's what I read
I've
in
never
like
eaten.
books. It's like, yeah.
They are actually, so they're stripped down, Nog,
Can't hear you.
of all the stuff that you don't want to eat. Do you like to eat clothes? Give it a little extra seasoning.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Just put it right up.
So I mean, yeah, kind of like an extra little like breading.
Oh,
Almost,
it's
you
more
know?
like a tamale. Like you
Yeah.
actually take the clothes off
So,
after you cook it.
The
Yeah.
leather, maybe the leathers have all been stripped off and all that. A lot of their
Yeah.
goodies, but there's, it's a fleshy meat sack with a little wrapping on it, kind of.
Yeah.
You spit 2 of them, or are you going for 3 or 4?
I'll stack up for a couple of days.
Okay.
No,
so
no need to let all this go to waste.
you're going for 4. You go.
Oh, I'll go for two people and 1 camel.
Terrific.
Right?
You're gonna eat a camel.
No, please, not eat the camels.
I thought
We
they
can
were
use-
dead.
The
We can
nomad.
use
No,
the
no, no,
camels.
no. They're alive.
Oh, there's no
Yeah.
dead camels.
No dead
then
camel.
no
The ones that are missing, like fled out into the.
Oh, no
Like,
worries, no worries. No. Yeah.
So no,
I'll
I'm
then
gonna
four.
What about the crab, Wolfram?
Boys.
The crabs.
Too late. You guys have
Oh,
fucking moved. It's
damn.
gone.
4 crab or 4 corpses
4 corpses.
for 2 days worth of food.
Yes. So Nog, you spit them yourself. It's kind of difficult with one arm, but
Well, no one
it's
wants to
horrifying
help.
if
It's fine.
anyone else is
Yeah.
watching them.
No one should watch.
He goes like up the butt, comes out like the collarbone somewhere.
Like Jakul with
It's
the
pretty
Turks.
bad.
So,
It's
yeah,
pretty bad.
yeah.
He's made like a very primitive, like cooking camp. The nomads help supply you with some
I used
burning,
the cage
burning
I broke
materials.
out of.
Yeah,
I used the cage
they
I
help
broke
you
out of.
kind of get some stuff, but they don't want to be anywhere near you while you're making this. Nog, do you have the cook skill by chance?
Do I have the what?
Cooking skill?
Cooking skill? No, I don't think so.
I think it's something you can acquire at some point. I don't know if it's early in your career.
It's something what?
I don't know if you can acquire it now, but I had to ask. You do get it at some point. It might be something you want to invest in at some point, just
Yes.
so you know. Okay.
He gets his second man eater, second level.
At second level.
He can
Okay.
get trade cooking or
Yeah,
brewing.
it's trade cooking. That's what we would be under if you.
Mhm.
Oh, so it's at the second level. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will need you to make. Da-da-da. Where is it? Trade. It's going to be a. Well, no, it's not. It wouldn't be dex based, would it? Maybe it would. Would you guys consider cooking dex based?
Well, outdoor survival is intelligence based, so
Would be about
Let me take a look. I can look at skills.
It says the trade stuff is dexterity based, but I'm thinking it's most well.
Yeah, no,
I
that
mean,
makes
yeah,
sense.
That
in a
makes
way,
sense to
yeah,
me.
it is. It is, yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give me just a dex check since you don't have any points in it, and tell me how bad or good it is. You do get a plus 20 to this roll because you're in a nice setting.
Yeah. And my dexterity is a 16.
So you need a 36. You need to be under a 36. Your dex is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to re-roll that? You can spend your 1 fortune point to re-roll that. Nah.
Is it just cooking or starting the
This
fire?
is cooking.
Okay.
Let's just go ahead since we're all up. It's worse.
Nope.
Fuck.
It's worse.
All right. Well, there we
So-
go. That's it.
Nog, you're not a cook. I'm
No,
sorry, Nog. That's what
I
the
just-
butchers in the ogre camps are for. Unfortunately, Nog, the other ogres that you kind of partnered up with for this expedition did not come on the ship you were on. You know, your best cook. I don't know what his name is yet, but we'll think of it one day. Like, I don't know.
Guy?
Grog Meat Cleaver is
Cannon.
not here. He's not here. He's not here to flay the skin. He's the one who's always prepares the meats
I'm
real
still
well.
eating it. Let's be
And
clear.
You're
Now
just
it's
Guy
a little
Flavorton.
hot.
Yeah, exactly. Guy Flavorton. No, hell no. His name is not Guy. He's ridiculous.
Oh, come
But-
on.
He's got a beard.
He's got frosted tips.
Sunglasses.
I will give you Grod Flavorton. I'll give you that
money.
one. Grod Flavorton isn't here to help you out, Nog. I'm sorry. So you're on your own. None of the little humans want to help you. I don't know what it is.
I'll help you. I was gonna light the fire for him, but
Luther's over there.
it magically
Oh,
started.
thank you.
fire.
Thank you, much appreciated.
But as you're roasting them, Nog, first off, all of you have a very pleasant aroma of pulled pork waft over the camp.
You would know, wouldn't you? You would know. What
I have
it smells
smelled some of this
Yeah,
before, and
I know.
it is
Disturbing.
indeed. It smells like pulled pork, like
Ugh.
barbecue. As human bodies begin to cook, but unfortunately,
degree.
Nog cooks them just a little too long,
Oh, he
and
burns
they get
it.
a little charred. Not that it's going to bother him, but
Yeah.
they lost some of the extra sustenance they would have had.
Um,
So Nog, you in the future you might need to try to find some recipes. There are this is like an ogre thing, is like finding recipes on how to cook things. Sometimes if you mix foods together, sometimes it makes it even better. There's a better chance of
Right.
it being good. But for now, Nog, your first attempt, not so great.
Not so good.
However, you still
I've seen it done before, but
yeah. After it takes a little while to roast 4 bodies, but you do finish and you consume them greedily because you're starving. As you eat them, you finally feel full, and in fact, as you finish the 4th body, and it's disturbing if anybody is over there watching. As you finish the 4th one, are you eating them like whole, or are you eating them like you would like a drumstick?
Oh yeah, carved up like like a chicken.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're just
Yeah.
kind of like pulling meat off the
Yeah.
bone.
Yeah.
Take a rib and you're like, throw it out to the side.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
It's like roasted like you would like a normal
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Okay, got it. So Nog finishes his 4th one.
Like you
It's
eat a smoked turkey leg at
Yeah.
totes of these.
there's scattered remnants of like bones and some other shit just kind of laying over there that he kind of leaves just on the side. And you are good for the day. You will not have to make any checks to try to eat any of your party members, or get severely hungry, and you will be good tomorrow. So yeah, there's that. Now, as far as preserving the other corpses, if you guys are going to take them with you, so you're down to 21 corpses. Are you going to try to preserve them in some way, or are you guys good?
I know it's grisly business, my friends, but I think it might be in our interest to make sure the big man stays full. Perhaps we can help. I know it's gruesome, but perhaps we can help preserve.
We can
these
gut them,
corpses.
remove the innards, and allow the sun to dry out the meat and the bones. That should, like a jerky, that should work.
Many of so Hazim, who can understand you, says, "That is most disturbing, my friend."
Yes.
You have never been caught in the waste of Kislev.
We have. Do not know this place you speak of, but we have ways of temporary keeping body fresh.
Oh, how do you do that, Hazim?
He calls out to a couple men and gives them instructions. You see in morning.
Thank you, Hazim.
Oh, thank you, my friend. Thank you.
So, we're bedding down for the night. Watch. Does anybody want to take a watch, or are you guys good with the nomads watching?
I'll take a watch for a while. I'll take the first watch.
Okay.
Oh wait,
Luther
I'm
will
trying
stay
to.
You go ahead. You can take the first one. I'll take the second watch.
Okay. So Wolfram, you kind of stay up at like there's basically a couple campfires are kind of made, smaller ones. They were very nervous. Nog had to make a decent fire to cook his meal with. All of them seem rather nervous with the large fire until he kind of like gets done. And as he like saunters away to go find his bed, several of the nomads came up and like squash it out quickly and begin to slowly patrol. You notice that the darker linen kind of clothing that they are difficult to see in this terrain at night, even with the moon out as it is. There is thunder still in the distance, and if you were to look out towards the sea, you would see subtle flashes of light miles and miles away. The large storm that ravaged your ship still further at sea, moving seaward, not inward. But go ahead and give me a perception test with them. It'll be just a straight test.
Okay.
You do not have any night vision.
I'll use a resolve.
You mean a fortune?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
A fortune. Yeah, it was a 91.
Okay. Let's go ahead and re-roll that.
Let's think of it, I don't know. That's
10?
a 10.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah,
How many levels of success?
that's 3.
3. Wolfram, you kind of perk up. You're kind of looking around. The camels have all been gathered together near the corpse wagon. Not too close to it, but close enough. You kind of have it like tethered to it. The snake wagon has been recovered quite a bit. You watch as Hazim nervously every 15 minutes or so he approaches the wagon and like circles it, making sure that nothing's getting out, and then returns to his kind of like post with the rest of the nomads. As you're watching, Wolfram, you watch as a couple nomads, 3 of them in particular. There's around 20. Let's see here. There are 23 nomads present, including Hazim. But 3 of them are kind of off by themselves. And as you're looking out, you kind of see there's 3 of them, and they're kind of all looking in your direction and whispering to each other. From a good distance away, but you kind of pick up on it, and it doesn't seem like casual conversation.
Body language. Can I see like how they're standing? Is their body language seem threatening? Do I have the hairs in the back of my neck start standing up or anything like that?
You get that sixth sense that you have that says like you don't feel like you're in immediate danger, but you feel like somebody is plotting against you.
Okay.
That's the feeling you get. But the rest of your watch goes uneventful. All right, would anybody like to take a second watch? As Wolfram moves to his kind of like... I'm assuming you guys recovered some tents, supplies from the ship and everything, so...
Luther will take a second watch.
Luther gets
I'm
up.
gonna lean over to Luther, like real close, like just kind of real low under my breath to say, just keep an eye on our friends. I'm concerned that their intentions are not all beneficial.
Oh, yes, I will. Anyone in particular?
And without motion, I was like, I had my back to the wagon, and to my right up on the hill, there was 3 showing more interest in us than I thought appropriate. But be discreet.
I will try. I'm not a soldier, as you've seen, and I looked towards my arm.
You're clearly the smartest among all of us.
I
I trust your wisdom and your judgment.
Oh. And
I'll give him a little kind of like like on the head. Like you're a
Oh,
good boy.
yes.
You could do it.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
And I'm out like a soldier. Yeah.
Wolfram returns to the tent and he's lights out. Go ahead and give me a perception test, Luther. Luther.
Okay. Let's see. 23 out of 34, so one success.
One level success. Good, very good.
Also, I have second sight. If I see any magical things.
I forgot to mention this earlier. Luther, you've noticed that the winds that you usually see kind of coursing through the air, the magic of that floods the whole world, it seems to be eerily thin here.
Oh,
and you do remember your lady telling you that
Mr.
Srena, that the channeling of magic may be difficult within the lands of Araby.
Oh.
As the polar gates that allow magic to flood through the world, this is the farthest point between both of them. So the winds are thin. Now, there are ways that the Arabians, because they have powerful sorcerers, they have found ways to get around this problem.
I don't know. I don't know about the deserts of Araby, but Akashi. It says in the book, at least, that Akashi around like deserts and obviously large like fires, depending on how big they are.
Yes.
Depend. It can increase the winds of fire.
They can.
I don't know if the winds of fire are prevalent in Araby.
Now, what I'm saying is that the most of the winds are slim.
Light.
It's like there's not much. The wind of the lore of fire in particular seems to be relatively healthy out of all of them. The world, the lore of fire and the lore of light. And the lore of shadow is actually very prevalent here as well.
Okay, but the others look pretty.
The others look very thin. They look extremely thin. Like you noticed it. You've noticed it since you've been here.
Yeah. But what do I see with my one level success?
With your one level success, as you are kind of looking out, you watch as Hazim finally takes his rest, and one of the other nomads is kind of like woken up by him, kind of like kicks one of them, and has him go and check the snake cage, make sure nothing's going on with that. And in the middle of the night, you start to hear howling, Luther, in the distance. And it's unnatural because it almost sounds like laughter. And several of the nomads that are on watch kind of like stop themselves. And one of them, he draws like his scimitar that he's collected, and motions for the others, and they go back and they collect small torches from the dull fire in the middle of the camp, and they light them, and they begin to walk out into the desert, kind of waving them about. You notice, Luther, that they are waving them in a pattern. You're not sure what it is. Perhaps it's some superstition. Unless you were to ask one of them, you wouldn't know what's going on. But for a time, unless you're doing anything, they go out and do this, and they come back.
Okay.
And the rest of your watch goes uneventful. And it is the next day. As the four of you rise, you realize young Henry is still unconscious. Perhaps one of his ribs is pierced into his body at this point and he's bleeding out internally. But none of you would know because you are not medical doctors. He is not rousing to wakefulness, and he will need to be carried in some way, shape, or form. He can easily be draped over a camel Or, you could trust him with Nog. You could also, you could throw him in the snake cage. I'd be okay with that. Or you could put him on the pile of dead bodies. He won't get, there won't be a disease contact or anything like that. Speaking
I'm
of
not
which,
dead yet.
with the dead bodies, all of you witness as very, very early. The sun has not come up yet. You guys are all kind of like woken up by several of the nomads. Hazim is there. And he says, we travel soon. I had Faram and Falim collect salt from the shore. We preserve corpse for you. And they've basically taken these like net-like fabrics that they collected from the caravan. And they have made like a de facto, like almost like a not a whisk, fuck, I can't remember his name. There you go. Yes, seed. And they are able to collect a large amount of this kind of like raw, like seawater, and they were able to collect enough to collect salt in its like raw, untreated form. It'll do in a pinch, and in so doing, they salt most of the bodies that they can, so that Nog will have more to eat as you go. All right. I should also ask, are you guys doing anything with the captive slaver?
Oh, before that, sorry, just for our injured friends, did any of them get healed from their reps?
Yes. Is anybody still injured?
Wait, all right.
Sure, Nog
hold on.
is.
Okay.
Yes.
If you're in
point of order,
yes, Nog.
we have a slaver alive.
We do.
Yeah,
We do.
Is there any benefit to keeping him alive?
Unclear. But we'll get to that next time.
No.
I think we should keep him alive. We might have to.
I'm just saying, there's someone first up on the menu if things.
No, please, no. He looks so tasty, I know, but I think his value may be even greater than filling your stomach. I do apologize. I beg of you.
Those of you,
I'm hoping we're saying this right in front of him. We're saying this right in front
hungry
of him.
right
of
now.
course, yeah.
Like he's on the ground between us as we say this.
Yeah, I think this is a great good cop bad cop tactic actually.
Yeah.
Ironically, it's mostly Nog's being serious though. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
He's not in on the joke.
I don't know that I'm the bad cop.
He doesn't know that he doesn't know that he's in on it. But yeah, those of you that are wounded can give me endurance tests. You do get a +20 to this roll.
So okay, real quick, how many wounds was I down to?
You were down pretty low, my friend.
Yeah, you were down
I thought
pretty
I
low.
hit 0. Like I got down to 1, I think.
You were down to 1, but then you recovered. Some,
man!
and then you just received 6 wounds from Lucian earlier.
So I don't remember how many I recovered before though.
Why don't you put yourself at 15.
15, okay.
And then make your endurance check.
Fair. And
I just got 4 levels of success.
Okay. So add that to your toughness bonus, and that's how many wounds you recover.
Oh, sweet.
Well, good.
So you healed up, Lucian?
Yeah.
He feels refreshed. Nog, just go ahead and roll me that D100.
38 against a 60.
A 60.
Oh, that's great.
So
2 levels.
2 levels, so you get your toughness bonus +2 in wounds is how much you recover.
Isn't that 6?
I think that's for him. I think that's 6.
Yeah, that would be 6.
So you recover another 6 wounds. Put you at 21.
Yep.
You're getting. How many wounds do you normally have? 32.
32 is my max.
So he's getting. Nog's looking better, but he's not.
Still got a broken arm though.
He still has a broken arm. Now, those of you with critical wounds, you're down a permanent wound until you have it fixed.
Okay.
So you cannot recover that 1 wound until you have it fixed. So each critical wound you have is like a minus to your total. As you wake up and the bodies are salted, which is super gross, by the way. Lucian, You can, at this point, you can look at Luther if you would like to attempt to reset his arm. If you'd like to, before we get moving.
It would take 6 successes, right?
It will. It will take six successes to
He's
reset
going to try
his
and
arm.
set my arm.
No, he's going to reset Luther's arm.
Oh, God.
He can't help you, Nog. I'm sorry.
Because I'm a tree trunk.
Well,
Yes.
also because yours
It's a
requires
break.
like.
Oh,
is a
it's
break.
double broken. It's just not exposed. It's broken
Yeah.
inside.
Luther's is just dislocated.
Yeah.
So.
Does it give me bonuses for being relaxed?
He doesn't have any fatigue, so yeah, I guess.
Okay, that sounds good. Like plus 20 we're talking about? You know,
Well, no, I think if I remember, it's very specific on this one. Hold on. Dislocated shoulder. It's a plus 20 heal test. You need 6 levels of success. If at any point you fail, it fails for the day.
That was all of them, yeah.
I'll give it a try.
Ooh,
That
crit.
is-
Crit! 22!
How many
That's-
levels of success would it normally be?
That's 4. That's 4 levels.
And that'll give you an extra 2.
That's 6!
In a feat of yeah, exactly. It comes up behind you, Luther, and he goes, "Oh, let's see how we got this."
Yeah, just do it with me.
And I'll come to 3.
It's like 2.
I'll yank before 3.
Yeah,
Catch
exactly.
him off guard.
He's like, "Ah!" It's in. Luther. You're like, oh
Nice.
God, it hurts real bad, but you can use it, Luther. As you're like, oh, dear Lord. As the crunching noise of Luther's arm popping back into place, he says, "Oh, yes, indeed, very, very good. It is time to move. We have a long journey ahead." And that is where we're going to take our first break.
Oh,